Hello, students. I have just opened module number 5, in which you will find that you have one viewing assignment. It's about a 55-minute PBS documentary on the history of photography. That's a 3-part series, and I'm assigning the middle part because I think that's the most relevant. The first part really gets into sort of the old history of photography. It's that middle chunk where photography changes substantially what it is that it is doing for people and people's response to it. So this has a powerful impact upon American culture, world culture, where people start to have a changed understanding of what is the news and how it works. And so it's a particularly influential period in American photography that sort of culminates in the late 60s with the civil rights movement, anti-war movement, etc. So you'll view that. Once again, one of the things I like about YouTube videos is I can view them at faster than the regular rate and still get everything that's in there. So, you could speed it up and still get all the content. You'll also find a page in Canvas listing what I think are the main points of that middle portion of the documentary. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to read an essay called The Rhetoric of the Image by a French philosopher. He's probably best described as a semiotician. So you remember semiotics is the study of signs. And he is an interesting and controversial figure, and students in the past have found this reading very challenging. So what I've done is I've recorded 3 separate videos where I am trying to unpack what it is that I believe Roland Barthes is saying about the rhetoric of the image. And then you're also going to have another reading from Lupton and Miller about design, and you can expect a quiz on that. So I will probably have that quiz posted by Wednesday of this week. That would be Wednesday, February 27th. Then finally, a member of this class, Patricia Guyton, she submitted a visual autobiography that was a PowerPoint. And so then what I did was I downloaded it, printed it, and that's how I sort of evaluated things like alignment. Well, it turns out in the process of downloading and printing, I got a hard copy that was quite different from what she had produced. And she was, understandably unhappy, saying that's not the alignment that was in the original. So that's something that can happen for 2 reasons. One, I'm using a MacBook, so my version of PowerPoint is different from the version of PowerPoint that someone would have if they're on a Windows machine. And then when I print from a PowerPoint slide into my HP printer, it's possible changes happen there. One of the most common ways for changes to occur is if somebody produces a PowerPoint with one family of fonts and the person on the receiving end doesn't happen to have those identical fonts. And so what happens is the machine will automatically substitute some other font. But sometimes the width of that font or the alignment will differ. So what I suggested Pat do would be to export the PowerPoint slideshow she had as a PDF. That would then preserve what she was seeing, and then when I get it, I would be seeing the same thing that she made. So that's one thing. The other thing is I'm going to try and do a little demo about alignment, particularly in PowerPoint, because my version of PowerPoint, at least, will give me guidelines. If I take a block of text or an image and move it around, I will see lines showing when it is centered or when it is aligned with some other thing in the PowerPoint. So if I can capture those images and make it into a movie, I will try and get that to you maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And then also, because your next assignment is this believable, impossible, aspirational image of yourself, I'm going to do another one, I think. I've done the one which sort of combines me and President Obama, but I have one in mind that I want to make what I think will be a pretty interesting combination using the same guidance video that is found in this week's module, which is just a young person combining 2 faces. And he did a pretty good job of explaining how to combine those 2 faces. So with no further ado, I invite you to jump into the module for week 5, view the PBS video about photography, read the article by Roland Barthes, And if it is all self-evident to you, you don't need to view the videos that I made explaining it. But my guess is some of you are going to find some of it a little opaque, and the videos should be helpful. So I expect to be back in touch soon with one or two videos. One talking about tools to help control alignment in any document that you're making on your machine, and two, possibly a second version of combining two photos. Talk to you soon. Bye.